Hi, welcome back to the channel. What I'm going to do today is for people who thinking of moving to Bulgaria, we talk about the health system here. I'm in Bulgaria, which is my main city. I'm outside the hospital here, as you can see. For myself, I think the health system here is excellent, absolutely excellent. The reason being I've used it quite a lot. I had heart problems and had various stents and other things done, and I've been treated great. I pay into the Bulgarian Health Fund, which means that all my treatment is free. Sue will put in comments later, all the costings and everything, but it's not very much. When I come into hospital, I have all my treatment, stents and all that, all I have to pay is 5 lev a night for the bed, about £3. That's your bed, you get fed. That's it, that's total cost line. What to expect? Now, the EU put a lot of money into Bulgaria and is spent in the hospitals. Most of the equipment is top of the range, up to date, especially in the heart department. You couldn't fault it. The doctors are highly trained. In actual fact, this hospital in Bulgaria is a place where they teach the young doctors doing the heart surgery and what have you. It is pretty good, like. I'll just show you that. That's I'm stood outside there. That's part of the heart department, this one is. I've stopped in the rooms here. I've got no complaints with it. Nurses, doctors, excellent. Actual fact, in the heart department, there is quite a few that speak English. If they need somebody English, they will fetch somebody so you can understand them, which is pretty good, like. Can't fault them really. You try your best. I can speak some Bulgarian, which makes a bit of a difference. One of the things I never understand is, well, let me go back to the beginning here. Unlike England, if you need to be seen, it's straight away. There's no months and months on end waiting to see a doctor or get into the hospital for an appointment. The system works here is, in Bulgaria, I have an English-speaking doctor, which is pretty good, which is very good actually. You have to book an appointment to see her. You go in to see her. Now, to get into anything in the hospital, you discuss with her what's her thoughts, points of view on what was wrong with you. She then does a referral, which is electronic now. They're getting a bit more up to date here, because you can't get into the hospital without a referral. So you get a referral, so you go into what department you want to be seen. You go to the reception. Every department's got a reception, and they just pull your name up. You've got your ID card, and then you're seen straight away. Now, usually if I've had to go in for checks or had to have stents put in or whatever, you're in for about 3 days. You're taken straight to a room, and you're in 3 days. That's the minimum. They won't let you out any time before. That's just standard, that is. When the procedure's over and you're looked after, which you looked after excellent. They've got some strange ways of operating here. It's like 5:30 in the morning, the door bursts open, lights come on. ECGs, blood tests, that's what time they start doing anything. You just get used to it. I say the operating theatres are absolutely excellent, highly up to date, the latest stuff, and real nice condition. The rooms leave a bit more to be desired. If you do go, it's probably wise to take your own bedding. You will be fed, but take some food in a bag if you're allowed to. You know, if you're able to eat. You know, some procedures you can't eat because the food is very, very basic, but you are fed. Now, I never understand some English that's coming to the hospital. You know, it's not a hotel you're coming into, it's a hospital. You only come here if there's something wrong. As long as I get sorted, I don't care. But I usually find in this hospital, they sort of know me, to be honest. I've got 7 stents now, but I feel fine, still going. They've actually put me in a room on my own, and the hospital, the heart department's just been sort of decorated, I could say. There's a lot better rooms. Some of the beds are brand new. They even got colour TV in them, like. Not all the hospitals are like that, and probably not all the departments in Varasa Hospital, because it's massive, this place is absolutely massive. I'm not bothered as long as I'm sorted out. Now, some English would turn their nose up at the rooms because they're not always the best. But, you know, do you want fixing or not? And I can never understand other people who go back to England. Two reasons. Firstly, if you're here a resident and live in Bulgaria, why are you still using the NHS in the UK? And it's years since I've been anyway, but I just see what's on the news. Mainly, it's are you going to get in anyway? How long do you have to wait to appointment to see a doctor? Never mind getting in the hospital. And then on the news, I see obviously people dying in ambulances queued up outside, or if they've got a bed, it's in the corridor. Oh, that doesn't happen here. Doesn't happen here at all. So I never understand why people want to go back. Do they feel that the doctors aren't qualified here, or not happy with it, or is it the language? Well, they're highly qualified here, highly. Yeah, you couldn't get better. If I had a choice, I might not still be here if I'd gone down the route of going to NHS in the UK. Yeah, I trust them with my lives, don't even think about it. And the other thing is, expats that come here, for some reason, don't want to pay into the Bulgarian national health system. And there's two things I do. A, I'm a resident here, and it's what you're supposed to do. Secondly, it's actually putting money back into Bulgaria. You're contributing to Bulgaria. In my eyes, you can't just live here and take the best bits of the country and not put any input into the country itself. I did live in Velika Trnovo quite a few years. It's the old capital in Bulgaria. It's very nice, but it's a lot of expats congregate there. And I was in hospital, and after 3 days, especially if it's a Friday they like to clear everybody out, if possible. And when they say you're going home today, Ian, let's say Friday morning, it'll be like lunchtime usually by the time you get to go out, because of all the paperwork they have to do, and they've got everybody else's to sort out as well. Now, there was an English person in there who got private health insurance. Now me, I just had to pay my 5 lev. I was going to be gone like. They got private health insurance, which they gave them the card, which they gave it them back. Now, the English think, because you got private health insurance, they think it's the hospital's responsibility to sort out how they get their money. But when in actual fact, you pay the bill in the hospital, and then you have to get your money back off the your health insurance. Well, you know how health insurances can be, or any insurance nowadays. You can be the bill, they could question it, say it's charged too much, or why have you paid for that, or you should have had to have permission before you did this, that and the other. And this person was adamant that all they had to do was hand their card over and it was the hospital's responsibility. Well, it isn't. So that's another reason I pay a simple 5 lev per night, which 15 lev, was that about less than £10 for 3 days in hospital, all my treatment. And this other person was in a right mess because the bill was quite steep. It's up to you if you have private health insurance or not, but I don't see why you shouldn't pay it into the National Health Fund here. Now, the only thing is, if you had like a broken bone in your leg and you needed a titanium pin or something like this, the easiest way I can explain this is you get the labour free, but you pay for the parts. That's just how it is. I've had some problems with my stomach, which has been a bit worrying, and in the end I had to wanted me to have a CT scan, and they wanted me to go to a specialist, which was in Sofia, which is our capital. And it's even a bigger hospital there, and they've got a CT scan there, which they have got one in Velika Trnovo as well, because I've had to use that myself. They wanted me to go private because there was a bit of a worry of the things that was wrong with me, what was causing it. I could have gone using the National Health, but I would have had to book it. And obviously Sofia Hospital, it was the stomach department, is very, very, very busy. So I'd have had to wait. It wouldn't have been like England, weeks, months. It might have been a week, say. It says, I want you to go private, I want you to go tomorrow. And they rung up and booked it for me and everything. Off I went, and it was about 300 lev. Now, if you was to go private in the UK, it would be 1,000. I went in, we had to sit and wait a little bit. They did the CT scan, give me all the paperwork. Oh, that's another thing. When you get booked out of the hospital, when you're finished, you actually leave with all your paperwork on everything that's been done. It's in Bulgarian, of course. So when you get home, like Sue can read Bulgarian, she reads exactly what I've had done, exactly what it says. The heart place, I can get by on my own. The CT scan in Sofia, Sue managed it. We managed that on our own. But when we got the report, it was quite complex. So I had to go back to see the stomach doctor, if you call him that. We took a translator, because what she was translating herself, it was becoming a little bit worrying what it said. Partly, I think, because of all the technical medical terms, we don't understand them. As it turned out, it was not the end of the world. I'm still here and be here for the foreseeable future, I hope. So we had a translator, and as a translator we've used when we bought a house, wouldn't even charge us. That's how people are here. Usually the charge is probably about 50 lev an hour or something like this, about £30. So, but you can get round stuff. But all you've got to be is patient. Don't be an arsehole with people here. Don't be expected to be treated like a princess. And if you come into the hospital, all you've got to think about is, I'm here because there's something the matter with me. They will fix it. Don't complain about the beds, take your own bed in. Don't complain about the food. It's a bit like prison food, to be honest. But you can take your own food in. You just put up with things like that, but you will be sorted out, and sorted out quickly. And then you go back to follow-ups with your doctors. They're modernising a lot. And say this hospital's having a fortune spent on it now. They're slowly modernising it, and the size of the place, there's a lot of money going into it. So if you look at the rooms, you think, oh my God. You go down into operating theatre and it is unbelievable. It's like something from Star Trek. That's just a bit of a short rundown on the medical situation here, which is great, absolutely great. Things like your dental care and everything, you can just go pay cash, which is a lot, not expensive. Chemists, because I pay in the health fund, I need quite a few tablets a day. So you get a prescription, which is done online. You go into the chemist and I get it on tablets at a reduced rate, a huge saving. I think I only pay about a third, and I take something like 9-10 tablets a day, or maybe more even now, and with stomach problems at the minute. So if I was on having to pay full amounts, it would be a bit expensive. But say, because I pay into the health fund again. So it does, well, put it this way, what I've paid in to the health fund in Bulgaria, I must have had 100 times my money back plus more, just how the situation is. When you come here, play the game, support Bulgaria, and it will support you. That's what I'm saying. I'm just at the hospital, so I can't really show you much more. We can walk around and look at the ambulances. Oh yeah, that's another thing, an ambulance. If you get an emergency and you need an ambulance, you ring and the ambulance will come straight away, pick you up. They're probably not the most modern ambulances. They look like they're 10 years behind the UK with the ambulances and stuff, and you're straight into hospital, straight into A&E. No waiting for an ambulance like I've seen in the UK either. Come straight out, picks you up, bring you straight to the hospital. You're straight in there, there's no waiting. They'd be waiting at the door if it's something serious for you, and you're straight in. So you can't fault it. Everything's as it should be to me. Don't know how things are going in the UK, don't look good. And it looks like there's more and more people, hopefully, they hope, coming to live in Bulgaria. It is a pain with all your D visas and what have you now, but if you want to come here, persist. Now we are doing various videos on life in Bulgaria, our life, other people's life, so you can look at that, it'd be interesting. Right, I'm going to leave it here now. Now, when I get home, I shall give Sue the camera. She's going to actually talk you through what you'd have to do payment-wise, how much things cost, and procedures of how to do things. When I get home, she'll talk to you, and I'll see you later then. Cheers. Some of the ambulances. They are getting some more modern, up-to-date. But it's like everything here, it does its job. Yeah, there you can see there's quite a few there. Look, we've got plenty of ambulances. These are all sat here waiting. Fairly new Mercedes over there. But the skill of the staff is just the same as the skill of the staff you get on an ambulance call out in the UK. This hospital, if I was to walk all round it, would probably take me just around all the different departments and buildings, because it is spread all over the place. It would take me a good hour or so. It's that big, it is massive. A lot of the doctors here have trained in the UK as well, which is good. This is how some of them, you pick up some people who can speak as good as English as me. Sofia more likely so, Velika Turnavo, there's quite a few doctors there that speak English, and you usually find the people that can speak English keep popping in your room to see you anyway, just to practice. They're just like using their English skills they've learned. Anyway, it's freezing here, thick fog. So I'll turn the camera off, and like I say, Sue will deal with the costs and more of the ins and outs of me, okay?
Aye, just continuing on from where Ian left off, he's asked me to give some details about healthcare, what it costs and what you're entitled to living here in Bulgaria as we do. We pay into the Bulgarian National Health Fund. It costs us 37 lev 32 a month, which is equivalent to about £15 UK. Everyone paying into the health fund is entitled to an annual preventative checkups relevant to your age and condition. These are normally done by your GP. All GPs have to provide access to 24-hour healthcare. Obviously, your GPs aren't going to be working 24 hours a day, but outside of their surgery hours, they will give you emergency contact numbers for either other doctors or clinics, drop-in type clinics, so you can go to. When you're in hospital, all your medical care is free of charge, but you do have to pay for any medications that are dispensed, and also for, as Ian put it in when he was talking, the labour's free, you pay for the parts. For example, if you have a hip replacement, you pay for the new joints that are fitted. If you've got broken bone and it's pinned or plated, you pay for the pins and the plates. But the actual medical care itself is all inclusive. When you're ready for being discharged from the hospital, you'll have to pay a daily bed tax. This is the grand sum of 5 lev 80 a day, which equates to about £2.50 English. You only pay for the first 10 days. If you're in hospital as a long stay patient, once your 10 days is up, you don't have to pay anymore. That comes from the state. It's mandatory for all Bulgarian citizens and citizens of other countries who live permanently in Bulgaria. In other words, once you've got your permanent residency status, you're supposed to pay into the health fund. The only way around that is if you have health cover from another EU member state. So, for example, people moving over from Ireland or Germany, France, somewhere like that, if you're paying health insurance in your native country, that will still cover you. You don't have to pay into the Bulgarian health fund. It's only people of working age that have to pay. Children under 18 don't pay. I'm not 100% sure on Bulgarian pensioners, but I don't think they have to pay either. I do know, though, that as a UK person, if you're of pension age and you've got your S1 form from the UK Pension Service, you no longer have to pay into the Bulgarian Health Fund because you're automatically covered by the UK as part of your pension. One thing that I do think it is worth to mention, if you are thinking about moving over to Bulgaria, when you're looking at houses, it is worth considering where your nearest big hospital is. In an emergency, you don't have to go an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever, just to get to hospital to an A&E. Although having said that, if it is a genuine emergency, the ambulance service here, I have heard, I've not had to use it myself, but I've got a friend who lives in the village and her and her husband have had to use it a number of times. And they've both said that 10 to 15 minutes is the longest they've had to wait. There are ambulances positioned in most small towns in the country, so that you have got quick and easy access to emergency care if necessary. We've also now got a system in Bulgaria whereby you can access your medical records on your mobile phone. This actually gives you personally access to any referrals from your doctors, hospital stays, your prescriptions on your mobile phone even. So if you go to the chemist to collect your prescription, you can actually just show them on your phone. Vaccination records, all examinations. If you're a blood donor, that'll be on your phone as well. There's emergency contact details listed, so that in the case of an accident, the emergency service would be able to log onto your phone and they'll be able to pull up the contact details of who to contact in an emergency. Also on there, there's copies of all your results from hospital stays, blood tests, etc, etc. I will put a couple of screenshots up of some of these things when I edit this video. I hope you found the information that we've given you useful. If you've got any questions, please put them down below and we'll do our best to answer them and give you any information that you're looking for. We're also considering doing a series of videos generally about life in Bulgaria, cost of things, how we go about things, and any tips and hints that we think might be helpful for the people that are thinking of coming over. If this would be helpful to you, please let us know if there's any specific sort of topic that you'd like us to cover, and we'll try our best to do a video for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching. Please give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, because it does help us keep the channel going. The more subscribers that we've got, the more YouTube promote the videos, which is beneficial for both you and for us. So, as I say, big thumbs up and hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.